I came in 2005. We chose Salt Lake City after doing a 2-year research study on the nation. It was rated the #1 place to live in the 2000 Places Rated Almanac. It seems that there's something very special about home ownership and being a property owner. Folks get really emotionally tied to their property.
What do we do when the bank's attacked? Stand up, fight back! What do we do when the bank's attacked? Stand up, fight back!
It's where they've lived and had their children and their kids go to school right down the street or what have you. And relocation means pulling up roots and moving away from the schools is kind of disruptive in the family's life. And the faster someone faces it and decides to take action, the more likely they are to walk away from the situation with the least amount of harm to their credit in the easiest and hassle-free way possible. And basically, folks have a choice. They can remodify the loan, or they alternatively can pursue a short sale. Most people who come to me have two things that are always in common. They can't continue to afford their payment, and the market value of the property is significantly less than the debt on it. So they're in a position in which they're spending money that they really can't afford on an asset that doesn't have any value to it, and in fact is inverted, its negative value. And it's reasonable for people to want to walk away from that situation, just like any corporation in the United States would walk away from a toxic asset in a heartbeat. And so you just have to think, you've got to think of your future, and being able to relieve oneself of $150,000, $100,000, $200,000, $600,000 in bad debt is a great relief. And the way that happens and how you approach that problem is all important, and that's where I come in, or any other attorney would come in, is the option and the finesse by which someone would be able to walk away from that situation with the least harm to their credit report and with debt forgiveness on that bad debt. In other words, getting the short sale approved, having a non-recourse agreement in which the bank can't come after you. In Utah, sometimes we can kick the foreclosure date. The rules surrounding the notice of sale, and sometimes folks call their servicing agent and are able to postpone the sale. And so it's important to be aware of some of the rules surrounding the notice of sale. If the notice of sale is not posted within 45 days of the last notice of sale, they have to repost it. But if it's less than 45 days, at any time they can repost the sale or renotice the sale without posting another notice. Also, all trustees in Utah are required to keep a web page which gives the date and time of the sale and the status of the sale on the internet. So anyone with a notice of default should look at the entity who's the foreclosing trustee, go to their website, call them, and there will be a computer or website for those folks to check the status of their sale. Any federal loan statutes, such as TILA, RESPA, HOPIA, or any of the others, are not viable causes of action in Utah. So if you think you have a federal case here, or a case based on a federal law, you don't, and you'll waste your money. If the sale occurs, a person doesn't have to vacate their home immediately. Here in Utah, they have to. The new owner would evict the current occupant, and that typically can take up to a month or more. It's roughly a year and a half that you'll continue in occupancy of your home. It could be longer. In many cases, it is. I've had folks come to me who haven't had a notice of default, and it's been 30 months that they have not made their payments, or significantly longer than that. I always encourage folks to consider every option. Bankruptcy is an option. I know just enough about it to be dangerous, but the benefit of the bankruptcy is that it puts a stay on the litigation and the foreclosure for a minimum of 120 days. I think at first blush, that's the thing that's going to appeal the most to potential homeowners, is that they can file a foreclosure and have a 120-day stay, another 3 months of occupancy in the home prior to the foreclosure going forward. There's actions that can be taken, essentially damage control, which will make a huge impact on your credit rating and the peace of mind that you might have without having to get to the point where you're in a foreclosure, or make a more seamless transition, or alternatively secure a loan modification, which I've done for folks and clients if that's the route they're pursuing. They can walk away from the property or alternatively remod the loan. And I help folks with both of those things. The best way to reach me is just contacting me at my email, walter@waltertkeane.com. And then for the people to give a short narrative in the email, I need them to explain to me where they are in the foreclosure process, if they're being foreclosed on, etc. I'm working with Mandelman Matters as an attorney in Utah and Illinois to help anyone with real estate problems. Please call me for a free half-hour consultation. I'll be happy to talk with you, regardless of what it concerns, for at least 30 minutes. Have a great day.
Hey sir, so wise with your big degree. I hear you're out there living large in some velvet rope red carpet scene. Well, I hope you are having a very nice time, you little shit. They locked us out of our house, we can't get in. Foolish child, I'm feeling like a foolish child. Where have you gone? Oh, the paper man won't leave us alone. And I'm here with my family, we're barely afloat. Ooh, love your broken home. I guess I misread your role. Please let me know how I should tell my wife and kids it's time to go. Foolish child, I'm feeling like a foolish child. We're all alone. Hey mister, it's your family of pawns. And I'm not sure where you thought we could go. My kids are trying to open up their front door. Hey, fuck you for ignoring my calls.